PEPE, Turbo, Ben. What do any of these things actually mean? Well, my friends, on today's show, we're going to learn more about these meme coins that are literally taking the crypto world by storm. I'm going to repeat this. PEPE, Turbo, Ben. What the F does this actually mean? We're going to find out today, only on Goats in the Metaverse, my friends. Without further ado, let's bring him on. My guy, what's good? The shaking of the head. We're in meme coin season, otherwise called shit coins. And literally, people are making millions and millions of dollars on this. This is the craze, the FOMO, the hype. We're all buying in. What does any of this mean? We're gonna find out today. We're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna decide: is this the way to go, or is Bitcoin Ordinals the way to go? And if you haven't seen that show yet, make sure you check it out. But let's get right into it. Where's the market right now? What's happening in the market? Yasi, what is happening?
Market is down, downward pressure across the board. Bitcoin also down. We're seeing downward pressure on ETH, Sol, PEPE Coin. Really feels like this got to be the bottom, or it's got to be close to the bottom. We've just been hurting so much that maybe I'm just being optimistic. What's happening in the world of NFTs and whether we're at the bottom there? We saw some recovery from our last show. We saw some minor recovery. I like how, you're down 300%, but we're up 5%. We're excited about the 5%. But good to see a little bit of attention coming back into the market. Biggest gainer probably of the week is Fidenzas, but biggest loser probably is Zuki, going down from about 15.5 ETH to 13.09 on the floor price. But market's still pretty depressed. Bored Ape Yacht Club, 44.2 ETH. Feels like just yesterday you could have got 150 ETH for your Bored Ape.
It's crazy. But you know what? I actually think Zuki is the biggest winner. They have been consistent staying around, whatever, like above 10, 11, 12. Like, 10. Look at Mutant. You could buy a Mutant. None of this is financial advice, right? Hashtag not financial advice. But if you want to be exposed to this game and you want to have some sort of, and I don't know if this is the bottom. I mean, all these prices might go another 100x. I don't know. But like, you could buy a Mutant right now for less than $20,000. What's Yuga's evaluation, Yasi?
It's a couple of billion. Yeah. Oh, that was in the peak. But in Yuga, if you trust, maybe a Mutant is a good entry point at this point in time. But the reason all of these NFTs are kind of taking a dive is because all the attention, as you said, is on shitcoins. People are trading pure speculation. PEPE, Turbo, Ben, next shitcoin that comes out. Let's tell people what these are. And should we be buying them for the fun? Obviously, just for fun. This is not investment advice. For the fun.
Well, let's start off before we even get into this and say none of this is financial advice. And if you are considering buying shit coins, meme coins, and I'll be honest with you, I own
a few of them.
I've owned Turbo, and I personally own Ben. Okay. I have very limited amounts of money invested into these coins, and I am prepared
to lose it all.
So that, like, this is like when you're kind of like, you know what? Like,
you're gambling.
I bet on the Jets to win the Super Bowl every year. I know they're not going to win this year. We're coming for you. We're coming for you, NFL. But I know that this is my way of having fun. I'm willing to, like, it's like ripping up money, but you're telling me there's a chance. There is a chance, right? So before we get into it, I want everybody to understand that and know that. And let's get into it. Turbo, what do we know about Turbo?
Turbo, what we know about Turbo is that it was actually created by ChatGPT. A developer came out and said, I want to launch a shitcoin. I want to launch a meme coin. Can you give me the play-by-play, the way to go about do this? And literally shared what ChatGPT GPT-4 was telling him, came up with the concept, came up with the name and the strategy of how to build that shitcoin. So it's the first meme coin created by AI and took the world by storm for a brief moment. Went so far as determining what the total supply is: 69 billion turbo tokens. That's billion with a B. And the initial token distribution was crowdfunded 60 billion to the community, and the founder 9 billion of those. Some of the key features of the turbo shitcoin is there's no taxes on transactions, and at some point GPT-4 said that he needed to renounce the contract, and they did a little ceremony of renouncing the contract, so now it is permanently on chain, and he can't mess around with any of those tokenomics or any of the elements there. But what's cool about it, what's interesting about it, it's built by AI, and AI is determining what's next for this token. And the internet community pretty much got excited about it and have rallied around the turbo token. Well, I wish I could say it's more than that, but that is pretty much it.
And it's community driven. So this is where I think these whole things get very interesting, right? And I think every degenerate who's buying these coins is really hoping for something like this to happen. If Elon Musk decides to have a little bit of fun and says, Twitter is now accepting Turbo, PEPE, Ben, whatever, it does make it legitimate, right? If somebody says you could actually buy something for this, right? There's a goods being sold and distributed, whatever it is, then it becomes real. So I think, and this is my my whole take on all of this. This is why it's interesting, right? Community is driving this. If people do start to accept it, all of a sudden now it could become real, right? Now there's some sort of value.
And one of that we have seen with our next coin, PEPE. We've seen OpenSea make an announcement that they're going to start accepting PEPE Coin for people to buy their NFTs. So like you just said, it's becoming a real currency in internet land. And PEPE, anyone who's been in NFTs for any time period, is no stranger to the PEPE meme and the internet culture that it has. There's been some controversy of recent days with Coinbase and them saying that PEPE is, has been taken by the alt-right. And the internet community, the Bitcoin and the crypto community coming back and saying, fuck that, that is not what it's about. PEPE is for us and is not that. It is meme culture on crypto and in the internet. But PEPE Coin had a hell of a rally, hit over $1 billion in market cap, then down to 500 million in 24 hours. That is how crazy this is.
And just so everybody understands, and we've done a show about PEPE, so if you haven't seen that, make sure to check it out so you can get more info on PEPE. I don't want to say somebody. People, including myself, have spent $1 billion on this coin. That is what market cap means, right? So $1 billion worth of dollars were spent on buying this coin. That does make it somewhat real and tangible, and you're all of a sudden saying the power of community. I mean, if you're a marketer or you're a brand, and I know that there's tokenomics and legalities and SECs that you're not allowed to do certain things, but you're looking at some of these things and you're like, holy moly, right? For us to do $1 billion of sales is so hard. And these guys are doing it in days, in absolute days, weeks, whatever. So there's something to be said about that. It is exciting. It is interesting. It is also making our gas fees extremely high, and it is
killing
also
the network.
Liquidity out of NFTs.
But I think I would be remiss to not say that there's no illusion here. This is a Ponzi scheme. This is who can get in faster and who can get out faster. So if you're doing this, you're riding the Ponzi scheme train, and you've got to be understanding. You've got to accept that this is about hype and attention, and that you're playing that game. And that's okay, because people are playing the game and they're making money out of it. And if you're listening to the show, you're probably thinking, is it too late to be playing this game? Should I be buying these coins, or is it still early? And Stanley, you're an owner of them. What do you say?
I say, not financial advice. If you are doing it, be prepared to lose every single dollar that you invested in. And once again, I think that's where I think that it's it's more of it's gambling, right? Let's just be honest about it. It is straight up gambling. There's no utility. They make it very clear. I mean, Ben, for example, is a meme coin created by a retired chemistry professor named Ben.
Mm.
And then BitBoy just took it over, is now going to say this is going to be the next big thing. Listen, who knows, right? Like nobody knows what's going to happen. But if you're looking, just you're looking at it from a different perspective. What about if something does happen, right? What about if one of these things go to a penny? All of a sudden you have millions and millions and millions of this thing, and you're like, wow, I just became rich by buying some shitcoin on the internet. And
Buying some Ben.
there were a lot of people that did buy it, in the very beginning. They were the first believers, and they did make money on it. I mean,
so maybe some of the signals that people can look for are, who are the shillers? Who are the people behind this coin that have got an audience and are starting to publicize it? Just mark my words, though, that if they're talking about it, they're holding that bag and they're waiting to dump it on you. That's number one. Number two, are any exchanges going to start listing these coins? We saw Coinbase starting to list PEPE. They retracted it, but they were going to list PEPE. OpenSea are now accepting PEPE as a form of payment for NFTs.
Binance listed it as well.
Binance are listing it as well. All of those are saying there's more on-ramps and off-ramps for this token. That increases potential value. So if you're looking out for that, that would be another key element of, am I buying into the shitcoin? And am I getting some kind of early access and information? If this is already being spoken about on Twitter and on our show already multiple times and people are talking about it, then you're probably a little bit late into that cycle. You want to be one of the first 1,000 people, or the first 5,000 people that are buying into a shitcoin. You don't want to be one of the first 500,000.
So before we wrap up the show, I think the most interesting thing about this is, let's say you invest your $20 or $50 or $100 or $5. Use this as a lesson of investing, right? Use this as like, how did I find out about it?
Yeah.
Is this like, what are the wins? What are the losses? Would I do this again? Like I think this is a good way to learn about investments, right? When do you sell? Do you sell at 10% gains, at 100% gains, at 500% gains? And then you go back and you say, wait a minute, I could have made my $5 into $25 and now it's worth zero. Take that profit, buddy. Take that profit. Not financial advice, but it's never a bad idea to take profit. And let's talk about this. We do have our own badge to to celebrate shitcoin season. And Yasi, oh, look how cute our little badge is.
Yeah, look at our little turbo.
To tell somebody really quickly, what happens if somebody goes, watches our show, downloads the badge? What happens?
Well, good things happen to those who collect. There's no downside in collecting our badges. They are a free claim. You're going to have to pay some gas fees for it. But other than that, if you hold our badge, and once we hit 5,000 subscribers on our show, we are 100 subscribers away from 5,000. Subscribe. 100 subscribers away from hitting 5,000 and opening up the Goat Vault. That is a prize pool of $8,285 that becomes available. And the only way you can win the contents of the Goat Vault is you have to hold one of our badges. And if you hold a badge and you tweet out today's show with the hashtag GoatsBadge, you get an even more special badge that gives you even more entries into the Goat Vault to win some prizes. So collect the badge, tweet it out, tell people we're trying to grow our community, bring more people in, and reward you for being our earliest supporters. And that's all you need to know about the Goat badges.
Three things. One, if you bought one of these shitcoins, comment below. Tell us which one you bought and why. Two, gas fees are in Matic and they're like pennies. So this is not like you have to spend $10 to get our badge. And three, you must be a subscriber and a badge holder. So go ahead and do it. Thanks for watching the show. We'll see y'all soon. Have a great one, everybody.